Hello, my dear Scorpio, my eighth house friend, my seer, my saint, my sinner, my devil. Welcome. We call upon the power of Venus as well as of Agni to burn us of false desires, of false pretenses, and to help us find an aesthetic in the fabric of our situations. My name is Ron. I am a reader from Tarot of the Twin Sun. I shall be building 3 portals for you, 3 portals, 3 iterations in which you can take from each portal and find a narrative arc in order to help you and guide you with your love situations. These have to do with spirit as well as of the need, the lesser needs to manifest something that may be good for you. We'll be exploring the challenges as well as the blocks as well as the cycles that exist between you and someone else, or perhaps you and your object of affection, whatever motivates you. So, we shall begin. Please relax, clear your mind of any distractions. If thoughts flow through, let them flow. There is a huge transformation that is occurring, one that involves the sacrifice of certain aspects of the past. In your meditations, you found a way to regenerate something of a memory from the past, but this memory is constantly reconstructing itself. There's something about the way you perceive this memory in the past. This love from the past deeply affects you. It has a very Venusian aspect to it, and it's forced you into a type of heartbreak, but over the past months, you've been ruminating on this and rebuilding from scratch the memories that exist there. You find your tail in it, but also you find freedom by letting go of certain pretenses or certain visions of this past situation. Be careful, because though you may know, though you may feel, the mind will tend to sugarcoat or perhaps to veil the truth of the situation through your own subjectivities. This is what is trying to be shed, your subjectivity to this connection. So in a way, you are externalizing this love. You are objectifying it in a certain way, not in a bad way. It's not like you're womanizing or making a widower out of a man or something. There's something about this love that you externalize, and you are patiently converting it to transcend all the fears that you may not have everything correct in the memory of the situation. It seems to me that you are finally releasing this, which is a beautiful thing, because it's only a way for you to release the resistance of the ego. It's a huge one. And this exists between both of you. Both of you are in this head state of getting over anxiety by consciously or through a higher conscious, converting the energy of love into something more useful. This is about use as well as fair use, but this is being watched over by the heavens in order to find equilibrium and equanimity. There's an externalization of this on both ends, which is beautiful, because if you externalize the powers and the forces of love, then you are able to use them as tools in order to find a way from adversity to get beyond that It's as if love will help you conquer all, but only through the transmutation of externalized love. Okay. You do not know where to give your love to once you externalize it. There's something about your love that is going through a period of dormancy, and perhaps you are, it's not that you're hesitant, it's that you're careful with the love you give, because you do not want to offer it um, to the greedy clutches of desire. There is something about the desire versus the love that exists between you and a person that are at odds. The love is patient, the desire is impatient, and not only that, the desire creates toxicity. Therefore, there is a need for you to transmute this energy, this 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 toxic love, into something else. If it is a tainted love, then it's a love that needs to first convert in order for you to get over fear. First of all, um, it's not that you actually fear this love. It's just that you know that if you drink from the cup, or that if someone else drinks from the cup, there will be situations that are not good for you, or not good for all parties concerned. And likewise, this person feels this about you, and that is the angst behind this. That's where it comes from. But there is a releasing of this, like I said. I think the powers of good are watching over. As well, there is still the fire of desire. There is still a strong pull towards this person, not only chemical. Yeah, definitely chemical. The, the love you have with this person is so physical that it becomes chemical, and it becomes alchemical, something that you can convert for the betterment of humanity. There's a new style of love here that is very tantric in nature. It's one about suppression, as well as externalizing certain forces, using these forces for the better good of those concerned, particularly individuals. However, as soon as you guys fuse, there is a strong intoxication, there's a strong pull, and an irrevocable sort of fusion here. There's a lot of fusion here. There's a lot of it. And because of such, the queen does not know what to do. She is patient, however. If this is about power, know that the more you philosophize this power, the more you do not work on it, the better your chances are for both people. If and when you do choose to become physically active with this person, to meet them in this world, there is a strong indication that you will still not be able to offer them love. The love is there, but it's you'd rather that it's not that they should earn it. It's just that they should be content with what they have already. You've given them all you could in the past, and they are satisfied with that. But still, there's this desire to communicate, as well as to go through adversity in order to find the alchemical truth behind this connection, which is very chemical. It's very transformative, but it requires a lot of patience and time and energy, which I don't know if you have enough of at the moment. That portal is closed. I'm going to switch decks now. We shall move to the 1890 deck. And we'll go ahead and get started with the second portal for Scorpio, April 2020. I'm almost out of energy, so we'll go ahead and double up on the efforts. This portal is open. Clear boundaries are being made between you and someone else. This person wants to break through your boundaries and you want to maintain them. You are still going through a type of regret with this situation. The love you have with them is still a source of toxicity as well. Um, you feel like it's too much. However, very soon there will be a type of resurrection energy. You've created boundaries with this person, but they are trying to come back in to do what? What are their motivations? Yeah, I think you clearly do not want to offer back to this individual a new beginning. You have one already. It's a clear boundary here. There's been a burnout as well. This person, out of desperation, wants to do something to you. Their motivations are for parlance, for peace, secretly. They also want to have clear boundaries with you. You're mirroring each other. But there is a period of waiting and patience that is required. It seems to me that you do not want to offer to this person. Why? You may be committed somewhere else. Your energy is strong here. Perhaps there is a stronger purpose that um, you do not possibly want it to be a passion. You want it to be more committed in a way. Also a possibility. Also a possibility they may want to commit to you. Also, there is a spiritual connection here that goes beyond mere passions. And at first you need to heal up as well as get over a type of either depression or denial or like a sadness, a general sadness that you have here. Therefore, you're trying to protect yourself, not trying not to get burned. This person has been burned, however. You see them, and you also feel them as someone who has been burned as well. They're still in fear. There is a burden that they're setting down, successfully or not. They feel like they've ended a cycle with you. They may be trying to hold a barrier against you, but still there is the energy of fear that dominates around them, as well as anxiety. Why? Yes, because the devil's energy is showing up again. It showed up for you twice already, so I'm having a bit of concern, but not so much. The devil is interesting because it's a card that peaks, and in its detail, it shows the potential light work that has to be done. The devil, also known as Lucifer, is an angel of Christ, an angel of God, that has come down from the heavens because he did not fit with God's sort of plan, but then still did. And the devil is actually a woman. Lucifer, one of the first women and an angel. She was the light bringer. She is represented through Venus. Okay, there's a strong Venusian connection with this person that is almost to your standard, but it didn't reach there. It hasn't for you yet. You've been trying to ground yourself, protecting your grounds from more regret about this person, keeping your distance. And from a distance, you judge upon them, you cast judgment upon them, and they you secretly. However, this judgment is heavy in that you do not see stability in the situation. As well, they fear that any communication with you will lead to further burnout, more burden. But still, there is the motivation to retry again with judgment here. With judgment here, there is a resurrection of a past situation that is based on love, but it seems almost comical or satirical at this point for both of you. There's a lot of humor and comedy in this, really. It's as if you have a strong desire to be emotionally sustained by them, as well as still have like a type of grounded approach, but then it's really muddy for them. It's as if they want to continue passions, but you won't have that as well. Um, there needs to be a type of regeneration here, but the regeneration always brings anxiety as well as toxic feelings. You are still waiting to wait on them, though. And secretly, you still desire to have a passionate, structured foundation with them. Secretly. It's a deep secret. I think most of all, though, you are dissatisfied that the Six of Cups isn't here. That the memory isn't as beautiful as you would have wished. It does not satisfy the judgment of the Hierophant. Right. So we shall, after I stretch, we're going to switch decks. Yeah. I shall move over to the Ohio deck from America, just a regular bicycle deck. And we'll get for you the final iteration. So, the third portal is now open. Okay. Your challenge is the Eight of Swords. There is a structure around you that is destabilizing when it comes to something from the past that is trying to regenerate itself in terms of memory, in terms of what was pleasing, in terms of what you valued in this situation. There was not much to value in it, and there still is a sense of regret here as well as a block. A block that involves a cycle of the mind that has to be set loose in order to actually find retribution here. In the near future, there is a possibility you are coming into power and being able to revisit or to manifest some sort of resurrection quality, a Lazarus here, something that regenerates. In the recent past, there is a choice for you to cut this out completely, or to perhaps balance out the poetic balance between the universal balance between you and two other options. Now, in the further past, yeah, you are coming from a sense of harmony to a further sense of harmony. Harmony with the world around you was the indication, but through small projects, small steps. That's you're on a progression here to take small steps towards cooperation with someone from the past that you have a block with, a block that is forcing you to not communicate properly with this person as well as you with them. Deep down inside, there is a feeling of, once again, the Five of Cups, some sort of regret, and it's fueling this block. It's fueling a psychological and a block of communication. However, what's crowning your reading is essentially the Five of Pentacles or the Five of Rods. So there is a challenge here as well as a feeling of abandonment that is also contributing to it. So it's regret, double regret, that is forcing revisitation of something that was grounded and invested upon but not come to fruition. There's a lack of hard work here. Most of the work is converted into conflicts of the mind, and you're going back to revisit and to perhaps see the potential outcomes, okay? There also is, excuse me, a burnout when it comes to the happiness of the situation. Your love still affects this person, as well as you see them as one who is ruthless with their communication. They tend to be very sharp with their words. Your love is joining with an offer, and this offer is towards emotional detachment, but as well finding happiness and a good source of love overall. Finding happiness between you two. But the happiness is between you two as opposed to shared within each other. Tension, there's a lot of tension here as well as an ending interspersed with happiness. You could be joining with a friend who will help you with this, with communicating with this person, or potentially it could be moving from a feeling of tension to a final ending, but the motivations are for peace and reconciliation. What surrounds this person is a feeling of peace and reconciliation. They're trying to find their truth to share this with you, but there are people that stand between you two as well. There is a strong need for emotional detachment as well. There is a strong tension that fuels both of you through the feeling of betrayal as well as the feeling of abandonment as well as the feeling of ego dominating a lot of the situation. Very complicated situation. For advice, this one. There is a lack of balance here. There's a lack of balance as well as there's too much ego that is conflicting. So try to surrender that somehow if you want this to work. um, in a time like this, I think it's important for us to disconnect from, to truly distance each other from the perspective of old forms, of conservative forms of expectations of love. If you were to release these and embrace Aquarian energy, you will find through detachment, wisdom, as well as grace. This person has that to offer you. Somehow this person's truths may resonate with that, and you could learn something very beautiful from them if you are willing to invest into that. My dear Taurus, this is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Thank you. Wait, no. Sorry. That's Scorpio. Yeah, you are Scorpio. Somehow I fused you with Scorpio. You're Scorpio. I fused Taurus's energy with Scorpio, which shares the same axis. The seventh house. So I think I crossed over with a cross-watcher reading. It could be dealing with someone with strong Scorpio affinity on your seventh house. Anyway, I'll see you mid-month for the April reading, Mirrors. Mirrors will be dealing with the great mirror, the energy between you, someone else, and the energy between you. Please like, share, and subscribe if you will. I do appreciate you, my dear Scorpio. Please take care and transform at your will. Take what you will. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.